drop because he had such low, like he was freezing, but his temperature was like through the roof. He just didn't feel great. He didn't look great. He literally looked ill. We arrived at the Grand Floridian and we spoke to the staff, but then also Nathan and Beck weren't in a great position either. Them two were both really ill, so I didn't want to be in Florida being that ill on our own. I just thought it's better to be home, so I flew back. Morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. I hope you're all good, and welcome back to a brand new video. It is very nice to be able to actually have a voice, to be able to communicate with you. It's very nice to actually be able to sit up straight and be able to talk without coughing my lungs out. And it's actually nice to actually have the energy to do this. Because for anyone that doesn't know, obviously I've not uploaded in the last, is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? I think it might be 3 weeks. I've not uploaded in 3 weeks because unfortunately I've been ill. And it's not just the case of the man flu, because I know that people will sometimes chuck that at you. It's not just been man flu, it's been really, really not very well. But we're going to get onto that in a bit. But anyway, how are you? How are you doing? Well, Christmas, there's so much has changed since I last literally had a conversation with you. We've got our Christmas tree up. There's a funny story about that Christmas tree, actually, and I'll tell you all about it in this video. Christmas tree's up. The house is looking more Christmassy. I've even stuck a Christmas tree thing on in the background because we are in the Christmassy mood. I'm filming this on the 12th of December. We've had our tree up since around about maybe the 20th of November. Actually, the day I got ill was when the tree went up, but we'll talk all about it. But anyway, please put in the comments how you doing. Have you been ill recently? Have you had any sort of infections or viral infections or flus or any illnesses? Let me know in the comments. Let me know how you're doing. Grab yourselves a coffee, grab yourselves a brew, because this video is just going to be completely catching up with you, telling you everything that has happened since you last seen me, that when we were in Florida, which was 2 months ago, because a lot has happened. Before we go anywhere though, we've done a Secret Santa at work, and someone got me this on my Secret Santa list. I actually put it on my wish list. It was so funny. Everyone was like, I didn't know who had me for Secret Santa at work, and everyone was like, oh, I could hear people were giving so many hints about who they had for Secret Santa. And there was a few going oh, I just don't know what to buy for the person I've got, and I'm just chucking out me wish list of what I wanted for Christmas. Obviously, it's meant to be under a tenner, so it's nothing bougie. I'm not saying Molten Brown or the White Company or new pair of trainers or something. It has to stay within budget. But the app that we use for Secret Santa has a wish list, so I thought, you know what, I'll just go on my wish list and just add what I wanted, and literally my Secret Santa came true, and they looked at the wish list and they bought what I wanted, and it's actually a really, really nice mug, and you might see this a lot. It's Starbucks with a Star Wars theme, and I really like it. Right, so let's go back 2 months, right, because where you've last seen in the Florida vlogs was when we were, I don't even know if I've even uploaded the day that we're in Animal Kingdom. Right, so you've seen when me and my little boy were in Florida, and we are literally having the best time. We really were. We were having an amazing time, just obviously the two of us for the first few days, and we honestly were having such a good time. No issues at all. We were staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge obviously for the first week or so, and then we were moving over, and Nathan and Beck were flying over, and I would say, bless them, when these watch this, they're going to be like, as if you've said this, but the trip took a bit of an unexpected change once Nathan and Beck arrived, and we're going to talk about this in this video. So what happened is we were literally in Hollywood. Me and my little boy were feeling fully fit. We had no illnesses. There was nothing wrong with us. And then we went to the airport and we picked Nathan and Beck up. And I'll always remember there was something off about that day. Because firstly, their flight was delayed. And I kept thinking it's just going to get cancelled. Because the airline that they were flying with at that point were just cancelling flights. Non-stop. And they hadn't taken off for an hour. And I thought, oh my God, that flight's just going to get cancelled, isn't it? Anyway, it didn't end up get cancelled. The moment, and I kid you not, the moment they landed was when it came out on the news that Liam Payne from One Direction had sadly passed away. So they literally had landed and it was headline news. And I was just oh my God, obviously you know, I wouldn't say I'm a One Direction fan, but like I appreciate their music and stuff. So I was like, oh, like we just felt sad instantly. And then we pulled into the car, went to Dunkin' Donuts and whatever. And then that's when Nathan was like, got a bit of a cough. And I thought, oh no, don't be doing this to us. Kid you not, that cough. So we got through it. So where you've seen where Nathan and Beck arrived, both few years have mentioned like, are they enjoying the holiday? At this point, Nathan was ill, but obviously he was just trying to like hide it. He didn't want to obviously come across on camera because they wanted to vlog the holiday for their memories as well. But unfortunately, his illness just kept getting worse and worse and worse to where where you've last seen when we were in Animal Kingdom, we were actually leaving Animal Kingdom Lodge and we were moving over to... Oh no, yeah, we've already moved from Animal... You've actually seen us leave Animal Kingdom Lodge. We were actually in All Stars and we were moving over to the Grand Floridian. And honestly, we arrived at the Grand Floridian and I thought Nathan was just going to like faint and drop because he had such low, like he was freezing, but his temperature was like through the roof. He just didn't feel great. He didn't look great. He literally looked ill. We arrived at the Grand Floridian and we spoke to the staff, and honestly, Disney again, they just go way above and beyond. And they put us in an upgraded room, bless them. They just upgraded our room. We didn't ask for it. We were quite happy to go in the same category room that we had, but they upgraded us and put us in a better room. And we just, honestly, the four of us just slept. And then we went to Magic Kingdom on the evening to watch the fireworks. That next day I woke up and I could feel it in my throat. And we were heading over to Vero Beach. So we headed to Vero Beach. And you know, when you can just feel it. You can feel it in your body. At this point, Beck was like, I've got the best... She'll laugh at this when she sees this. I've got the best immune system. I don't get ill. You know, I've got such an immune system. Lol, yous are getting ill. I'm not getting ill. Lol, you'll see what happens in the story. We're at Vero Beach, and I kid you not, woke up the next day after being at Vero Beach. By the way, we loved Vero Beach, and I'm gutted that you aren't going to see a vlog of it. Just for clarity, the vlogs are edited and they are going to be up on Patreon. They're already up on Patreon for VIP members. If you want to go and watch the vlogs that aren't going to go out on YouTube, then obviously feel free to head over to Patreon. The only reason why they're not going on YouTube is I never want to see them again, because they'll always remind us of just being really ill. And honestly, they're going up on there, and I never want them to be in my catalogue on YouTube. Quite happy if you're in the Patreon group, if you want to watch it, because obviously these have been fun along the series, feel free to watch. But I don't want that on my YouTube catalogue history, because it literally, I was just so ill and I was just like, nah, I don't ever want to remember this trip, honestly. Sounds awful, that, but I don't. At Vero Beach, we feel awful. My little boy had his ears were hurting. He didn't feel great. At this point, Beck could feel it. She could feel the illness. We were at Vero Beach for 2 days, and we loved being at Vero Beach, but it'll always remind us of being ill. We then headed over to... Where did we go next? Which hotel was it? Oh my god, it'll come to us. Riviera, that was it. I can't even remember the trip, it was that bad. We then went over to the Riviera, and guys, I was that ill, I didn't even pick up the camera. I think I went in the room and quickly did a room tour and put the camera down. And at this point, I was so ill, my chest was flaring up, I could barely breathe, my little boy was ill, really ill. Nath didn't have any energy to walk, Beck had no energy to walk. And at this point, we just said, I think I'm ready to go home. It was 4 days before we were meant to go. I contacted Virgin, and I'm not joking, Virgin organised flights for us that day to fly home the next day. Now, honestly, I put on Instagram that I flew back early, and honestly, I would say 99% of the comments were like super positive and kind. But then I did have a few people messages just saying like, oh, I never got a plane when I was ill. Like, you never know what people are going through. I'm someone that suffers really bad with asthma. I've had asthma attacks in the past. I've always been getting told off doctors that one day I will have to go back on inhalers. When I was a kid, I had an oxygen machine because my lungs were that bad. They got better as I got older, but I had really bad lungs. So when I get ill, some people, when they get ill, they get a runny nose, or when they get ill, whatever, everyone's got different. When I get ill, it always goes to my chest, and I always get like bad viral chest infections and stuff. And I did not want to be in Florida being that ill with my little boy. But then also Nathan and Beck weren't in a great position either. Them two were both really ill, so I didn't want to be in Florida being that ill on our own. I just thought it's better to be home. So I flew back. I actually bought face masks from you know, like just in like the duty-free shops in America, bought face masks. My little boy didn't wear one, he couldn't have it on, but I put a face mask on for the flight home. It was a bit awkward because people were looking at us like, oh my god, he's got the C. And at this point, we didn't actually know what it was. We just assumed it was the C. Obviously, you know what I'm talking about when I say C, just because of all the symptoms, but at this point, we actually didn't know what it was. Just before we carry on this through, I need to have another drink. That's better. Anyway, landed in the UK, and I expected Con, after not seeing us for 15 days, to be like, hi boys! Nah, he was so annoyed that we came home. He was really annoyed because he knew he was going to get it. Luckily, Con never got ill from that. So I don't think we were infectious at that point. I think we were just, because Con would have had it. And, you know, he never got it, and no one else got it. God, I wish that was it. I really wish that was it. So, obviously, while I was ill at home, I couldn't sleep, so I was just editing the vlogs, and the vlogs that you've seen up to now were pretty much edited while I was in Florida and when I just landed, because I just couldn't sleep because I was so ill. So I was editing away. Honestly, guys, I wish that was it. Anyway, fast forward 2 weeks later, my little boy goes to school. Now, I don't know what your schools are like. Obviously, I'm not going to start a debate on schools and policies around kids being at school when they're ill or whatever, but we've got a serious thing of where parents will send their kids in ill, and I've seen kids go in and they're coughing their lungs out at the entrance of the school, and you're literally looking at them and you think, oh my god, I hope my little boy does not play with them today, because you know exactly. And I'll always remember my little boy going to school. It was like the Tuesday, and there's always these, I always know them, they always send their kids in regardless, because obviously they want them to have 100% attendance, which is fine, obviously everyone's prerogative, and I know people will watch this and go, oh, I would send my kids in if they're ill. I believe if a kid is seriously ill, they just shouldn't be sent into school, but anyway, that's a different conversation. Anyway, could see them go in, and I knew straight away, I thought, my little boy's going to be ill, I just know he is. Kid you not, on the Friday, my little boy came home, temperature, bad ears, and I thought, oh no. Bearing in mind we had just got over the illness that we had got over. He went to his nana's because there was a plan of him being at his nana's for that weekend, so which is Connor's mum. Went there. Now Connor's mum reported back to us that she had already been ill, and she didn't think she was going to get anything, and she felt fine. I kid you not, on the Saturday morning, right, I felt like absolute rubbish. Do you know the best way I can explain it to you is, right, is it was like someone got a syringe, stuck it in my neck and sucked out maybe 80% of my body energy and like chucked it in the bin or whatever. Because on the Saturday I felt rubbish, and Con was so excited because it was just us two, and it's funny, honestly, Con will watch this as well and he'll find this really funny. And I want to, the reason why I'm vlogging this is because I want to watch this back and show him this in about 5 years time and say, look at this, look how you tricked me. Obviously I came back that night and we were finishing the Circle series, you know, the American on Netflix series, and Con was like, you're always ill when a little boy goes to his nana's, and you know, you'll use any excuse that you just want to go to sleep and stuff. And I was like, no, like, Con, I don't feel great at all. Just remember this, Con, I don't feel great at all. That next morning, he barely spoke to us. I felt like absolute shit. Awful, by the way, awful. At this point, I had no energy. He made us drive all the way to Blackpool to get him, because he thought I was just putting it on. And that was the day they were putting the tree up. Picked my little boy up. Connor's mum was fine, felt fine. Connor's mum's like, hey, Dan, you look ill. Connor's like, oh, he's just putting it on, he's fine, he's always ill, blah, 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 blah. Came back. Guys, I had no energy at this point. I mean, like, there was zilch in my body, and I came back and I lay on the sofa and I said to Con, I will do anything for you, but I can't put this Christmas tree up right now. And I lay on the sofa, and I literally remember closing my eyes, and I woke up and the tree was up with all the decorations on. That evening, Con didn't speak to us. He was so annoyed that I just left him to put the tree up, right? And he came down, put my little boy to bed, and he was like, I just feel like you're always ill, blah, 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 and you're always ill when something needs done. And I just thought, Con, honestly, I hope you get this. Because you have no idea what I'm going through right now. I kid you not, guys, that Monday went to bed on the Sunday, that Monday morning woke up with the worst chest I've ever had in my life. It was that bad. I felt like all down the centre of my chest was just full, of mucus. And apologies for anyone that's like a bit squeamish. It felt like it was just full. And I was like, oh my God, I have never felt this way before. I didn't feel great, but my little boy wasn't great either. And I kid you not, he woke up, he was like, Daddy, I don't feel good. I was like, you're not going to school today if you feel the way that you feel high temperature. I had a high temperature. Con goes to work and he's like, oh, maybe they are ill. Maybe they are ill. That Monday night, get a phone call off Connor, but before he finishes work, oh, how did your illness start? I was like, I just felt like on that day, someone stuck a syringe in my neck and zapped all the energy out. And Con was like, that's how I feel. And I was like, good luck. Kid you not, fast forward 2 days later, that's exactly how Con felt. So at this point, all three of us are ill. High temperatures, we couldn't eat anything. I actually didn't eat anything. They always say when you're ill, it's really important to eat. Honestly, the only craving I had for anything was to watch movies on the sofa. I couldn't eat absolutely anything. Even just the thought of looking at food made us like wanna, honestly I don't even want to talk about it. And the food I did eat would just come out straight out, wouldn't stay in. That was 7 days that I felt that way. Fast forward as it goes on, chest infection. I then get put on antibiotics to try and get rid of the chest infection. Guys, fast forward 22 days. Well, it's 23 days. Connor's still ill. He is working, but he's still ill. My little boy, it took about maybe 14 days to get over. And myself, this is probably one of the first days since, day 23, that I've actually been able to actually have a genuine conversation with you and actually be able to talk. I honestly thought at one point when I was ill that this might send me to the hospital in A&E, because there was one day where I was literally on the sofa and I felt like my temperature was through the roof. And I remember just falling asleep on the sofa and just saying, like, if I wake up and my temperature's the way it is, I'm going to have to ring 999 or get in the car and drive to A&E, because my temperature just wouldn't come down. It felt like my body was just all over the place. It didn't really know what to do. It's the first time in my life, and I kid you not, it's the first time in my life where I've really been scared about health, where I've been like, oh my God, like, this is so bad, it could kill us. Honestly, and I know that sounds crazy saying it, but I honestly thought at one point this could kill me. It was that bad. I couldn't breathe. I just kept remembering the doctor saying one day you're going to have to go on an inhaler again. I thought I was going to need oxygen. And I also remember when my nana had pneumonia in her lungs and she was really ill and she had to go to A&E. She was in hospital for a week. And I thought, oh my God, this is going to be me. Thank God, guys, after 5 days, the antibiotics killed the infection. Con was a little bit later because he was adamant that his wasn't viral. But anyway, he's now on antibiotics and it is killing the cough. But obviously once you've been on antibiotics, it kills everything in your body. So you feel worse, because I just felt like I had no energy. I honestly felt like I still now feel like fatigued from it. My energy is getting better daily, but like even just sitting here talking to you, I'm just like, oh my God, like you feel so fatigued from being so ill. I've lost a bit of weight. The weight is coming back on. I kid you not, I went into the office and all the staff were like, honestly, it made us really self-conscious because I was like, oh my God, like, have I really lost that much weight? And it really made us self-conscious. I put a picture up on Instagram the other day. I'll just tag it in here if I can be bothered to edit it in. And I got so many DMs, people saying I've lost loads of weight. I'm getting a bit better, but I was a bit self-conscious about it because like I've never lost so much weight so fast. Honestly, I'm even calling it the weight loss diet now. The weight loss is illness, because it just felt like it was like just everything was just being sucked away. Honestly, it was horrendous. Anyway, I feel so much better now. It's been a long 3 weeks. I never want to be this ill again. And I'm really conscious about passing it on. So I've been kind of like self-isolating. I don't feel like we are infectious now, because if we were infectious, people at work would have it now. Actually, that's what happened. Actually, I forgot to mention, Literally everyone from work started getting it as well. Everyone around us was getting ill, but I wasn't spreading it to them because I wasn't seeing people. But I kept thinking maybe it's like they've used me cup, or like I've coughed on something, or they've gotten me car, or I don't know. I just kept thinking, oh my God, everyone's getting ill around us, and everyone was scared to get ill because they saw how bad I was and how bad Con was. Like, I think that was the worst thing about being so ill, was the fact that all three of us were so ill. I remember it was like the Wednesday or the Thursday. We had barely eaten. Our little boy had barely eaten. Con had barely eaten. Con lost 6 pounds over a course of a week. And Con's already quite, he's already quite thin, he doesn't, like, him losing weight, it's a big thing. So, like, for him to lose the weight he lost, obviously, for me, weight will come off because I'm bigger, but for him to lose that weight, it was scary. But yeah, we've well and truly eaten. Every time someone says to me now, Dan, you look like you've lost a bit of weight. I'm like, take away tonight. Gotta put it back on. Yeah. You can still hear it in the chest when I'm laughing and stuff, but it is getting a lot better. But it was so bad. But yeah, anyway, I'm over it now. I'm over it. And I felt like I couldn't just upload another Florida vlog or carry on the Florida vlog series because I got so ill. I didn't really want to upload it, but then also it's like something I don't really want to remember. Like, even this video, like, I'll obviously upload it and it'll be probably something that I don't really want to watch again because I don't want to remember being this ill. But I feel like I owe it to you guys to tell you where I've been for the last 3 weeks, because not everyone follows us on Instagram. A lot of you just will follow on YouTube, so I feel like it's, I feel like I'd owe it to you to tell you if what's happened. Now we're over the illness, let's talk about some really good things. 2 weeks today, we'll go on a cruise. We're going away for over 2 weeks. We are so excited. All my family's going. Well, most of my family's going. A few people have dropped out just because of the affordability. Me, Con, and my little boy are going. We're so excited. We've got a balcony cabin. We're going away for 2 weeks. I can't wait. We're going away with P&O. We're going on a ship we have been on before, so you will recognise the ship. I'm going to do ship tours. We're going to show you what a suite's like, because my mum's got like the nicest suite on the ship, I kid you not. She's been upgraded to one of the suites, which she's got her own butler and everything, which is just ridiculous. For our first cruise that she's paid for fully herself, and she gets that. it's just my family's. Look, I've paid for all my cruises with P&O, never got a freebie or anything, and I haven't been upgraded. But I'm quite happy with the cabin we've got, to be fair. It's a lovely cabin. My nana's in an inside cabin, which is good because I can actually film an inside cabin on the ship that we're going on, a balcony cabin, and then a suite, so I'll be able to do all three cabin classes. And we're just going to go away and we're going to have a really good time. We're away for the Christmas, which is exciting. Obviously, Christmas is going to be super exciting as well. I am vlogging Christmas. It's going to be the first time since my little boy moved in that we're going to upload Christmas. So yeah, that'll be interesting of how that goes. We've got Connor's mum coming. We've got his brother coming and her partner. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. We're going to have gammon for dinner. I'm cooking because I'm the chef of the house. So I'm going to be doing the full dinner. I'm mega excited. We've got a private party on Christmas Eve, which we've booked, and we've got all our friends coming. It's going to be so nice. Honestly, I can't wait to actually vlog this Christmas and be able to watch it back for years to come, because it's going to be nice memories, you know what I mean? So yeah, the plan is you'll get a cruise Christmas vlog, and then you'll get a travel down to Southampton, because I really want to vlog the journey down to Southampton and then the night before, but I don't want to put it in the cruise vlog series, just for the simple reason it'll be such a long video. I don't want that to take up the cruise embarkation day. The reason why I want to vlog it is it's the first time we're going on a long drive with my new car, which is an EV, an electric vehicle. So I want to show you guys what it's like to drive from Manchester to Southampton in an EV. Will it get all the way there? Will we need to charge? Will we come into any issues? But then it's my birthday. That day we're travelling down, it's my birthday, so I want to share the experience of it being my birthday. We're going to have a birthday meal. It's all going to be exciting. So that is the plans for up to now. So yeah, you'll have quite a lot of videos over Christmas. I'm going to be editing like mad. I'm going to be editing. See, this is what'll happen. You've missed 3 weeks worth of videos, but you'll get a catch up because I'm going to be editing to get videos out. But yeah, guys, please let me know in the comments what your plans are going into 2025. We have a cruise booked with P&O again. We're going over to Malta. And we're going to do a Greece cruise. It's just me and my little boy at the moment, but Con might add himself on. We're going there in April. And then we're going back to Florida again for Epic Universe and Disney and experience all that. And then I don't really know what else we're going to do with the year, to be fair. I really want to do more than just Disney next year, like Disney World. I really want to go over to Disney Tokyo. I would love to do that. I would love to go and visit other Disney parks around the world. I'm not really that bothered about the one in LA at the moment because I feel like as much as that will feel different because it's the original, it's where Walt, it's where the dream started of Disney parks. I feel like I would rather go and have a totally out of body experience at Disney. Like doing one, somewhere else where it's like completely different, a whole new experience. I think I've preferred that going over to California. And also, if we're doing California, I want to go and do Alani. I want to go to Hawaii. But that's like a big holiday in itself because that's going to take a 2-week holiday because we need to drive to London, fly to California, LA, and then do that. But then I don't just want to go there and just do Disney. Like I'd want to do Universal. I'd want to go around LA. I wouldn't care, when I was 20 or maybe 19, I got an opportunity to go and live out in LA. Well, not live out, but be there for a long period of time. And me and the people I was with at the time declined that opportunity because we're going to go and live out there and work on a project. And I declined the opportunity, and the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I wish I'd have took that opportunity. But I wouldn't have met Con if I had took the opportunity. But yeah, it'll be nice to go out and actually see it and think about like the past, what the past could have been to present, and then fly over to Hawaii and do an experience in Hawaii. I think that'd be great. But yeah, that's not next year. That's going to be a future. That's going to be a future thing. Let me know what's your plans, and let us know what you would like to see from me next year. Is there any cruises, any UK breaks, anything you would like to see? I want to cruise more because I love cruising. Quite a lot of you guys that watch my channel is from the cruise world. I fell in love with cruising in 2019, going on Oceania with P&O, and then we did Virtuosa, and we've done loads of P&O cruises, we've done Disney cruises. There's so many cruises I want to do and visit so many places in the world. I love going to America, and I know how lucky I am to be able to have DVC and be able to go over to America as often as I do. But I would like to do just a few different things next year. I've noticed, but it's not just me, it's across the platform, that views have come down considerably with Walt Disney World. The way I put it, and I've explained this to quite a lot of friends, is if you do the same thing over and over again, people will lose interest. It's like I remember the days of Big Brother, like Series 1, Series 2, Series 3 when I was really young. Big Brother was great, but then once I got to like Series 20, I lost interest. Obviously now ITV2 have taken over it. It's a bit of a refresh and a rebrand, but it's still been done a million times. The more things go on and go on and go on, people get bored of it because you're doing the same thing, and you try and change things up, but you are doing a lot of the same stuff. There's only 4 parks in Disney. You've got the 2 water parks. One of them is never open, and I don't even have a pass to go in the water park. So I feel like I do the same thing and over again, and I feel like it becomes samey. So I really want to do different things this year, and hopefully you'll come on the adventure. I hope you do anyway. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for all the support this year. This is not the last vlog you'll get from me this year. You're going to get 2 more videos from me. But no, you're going to get 3 more videos from me this year. Actually, what's the date? What's the date next Thursday? Hang on. Oh, it's the 19th. Yes, so you're going to get 3 more videos from me before the end of the year. So next week, we're actually going to talk. Actually, I'll mention this now. Next week, we're going to talk about the cruise I did with P&O. That was an absolute disaster. Never want to go back on that ship ever again. So we're going to talk about that next week, and we're going to talk about preparing for this next cruise. And then we've got Christmas videos after that, which is an exciting time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider liking it. It really helps push the video out to other people. And if you haven't clicked subscribe already, hit subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you for next week. See you soon, guys. Bye. And thank you so much for listening to me sob story. See you soon, guys. Bye. Bye.